What's up, people of the internet? It is your mate Nate, and this is the conclusion to Series 1 with episode 10. 10 episodes, my god. So I wanted to make this 10th episode special, so I wanted to talk about the downfall of my education. I decided that I was going to take media studies in secondary school, because I wanted to be an animator. When little Nate grew up, he wanted to be an animator. He enjoyed animating in his pastime, and he decided what better than doing a job that you love doing just as much as a hobby. So that's what I ran towards. So I decided that I would take media studies, as I previously said. And it was great. I really enjoyed taking the subject. The teachers were nice. At a point. And then it all came to a head one day when we were given a trip to go to the Duke of York's Theatre in Brighton. So we went and we watched a movie called The Selfish Giant. Now, I don't know if any of you out there have seen it. I'm not going to go into explaining it. If you want to know what it's about, Google it, YouTube it, watch it, whatever. I thought it was shit. Didn't enjoy it whatsoever. Had a Q&A with the director after. That was pointless because there's no way I could put my hand up and go, yeah, I thought your film was shit and I didn't like it. So I just sat there in stony silence, waiting for it to move on, and to the point where we could just get the bus and go fucking home. Where is this leading to, Nate? Well, I'll tell you where it's leading to. The following week, we go back into regular education in our media. I continue my work. And then, a couple of weeks after that, my teacher comes to me and says, Nate, we are doing another trip. Well, she didn't say it just to me. She said it to the whole class, actually. She said, we're going on another trip again to the Duke of York Cinema to watch another movie. And I thought, well, what's the movie? And she said, it's going to be Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Now, I'm probably going to divide the room with this opinion. I'm not a fan of those films. The Harry Potter films, fine. But I kind of had my fill after that. So all of the others, I know they're prequels, but I wasn't interested. So the funny thing is with this story is a week prior to this, she had said to me, my teacher being, that I was falling behind in my work, and if I wanted to pass the course, I needed to get up to speed. So I thought, in my infinite wisdom, what a perfect chance to get out of going to see a film that I don't want to see at a building I don't want to be in. So I said to my teacher, Miss, it's of my understanding that, I didn't say it quite that formal, I said, Miss, I don't really want to go and see this film, truth be told. I would much rather come in and do the work that you say I need to catch up on. And it's not that I'm being awkward because I went on the first trip that we organised, so I would much rather come in and do something that I know is actually going to benefit my time. And she said to me, yeah, that's fine. If you feel like you would rather come in and do your work, that's absolutely fine. You know, I'll leave the keys in the staff room. You can come in, collect them, unlock the classroom, do your work, lock back up, put the keys back in the staff room, print your work off, done. And I so wish it could have been that simple. But I came back in after break, sat down, and she came over and she said to me, Nate, your head of year wants to see you. So I go, okay. So I go on my way to go see the head of year. And on my way there, I think to myself, he doesn't want to see me about anything. You have gone and told him that I don't want to go on this trip, and me going to see him is just going to be him trying to convince me to go. Spoiler alert, that's exactly what it was. He said, even though I provided a perfectly valid reason for not wanting to do it, and actually giving them concrete proof, being that I would have work to be handing in, so you'd know if I hadn't done it because you wouldn't have pieces of fucking paper in your hand, that I didn't want to do it, and that was the reason why. But that wasn't good enough for the head of year. No, because this is the problem with teachers versus students is any valid reason you have for not wanting to do something that they have set up gets batted the fuck away with the response of, you're just being uncooperative. So I said, listen, sir, if you want me to add any more proof that this is what I'm going to do, I will print off 2 copies of the work that I'm doing and give one to my teacher and one to you. So you will then know that I did actually come in and I did actually do the work, and I'm not just trying to blag a day off from a trip that I don't want to go to as you think I'm doing. But that again wasn't good enough for him, and he said, listen, we set these trips up for your enjoyment, you know, as a break from work. And he tried to guilt trip me like, you know, we do these things for you and you're not accepting them because you're an ungrateful little boy. And I said, well, I don't know what this is all about, sir. I said, for the simple reason I have been told that I'm behind in my work, so I want to catch up on my work. And he said, well, I'll see you on the trip. And I thought, well, you won't. And I didn't go on the trip. I did actually go into the building and I got the keys from the staff room and I went in and I did my work and I put my work on the desk the next day and I told my teacher, see, I came in and did the work. I hope you're happy with it. But by then I knew that, you know, the teachers didn't trust me. So I felt different in school after that. And it seemed from that point on that just because I didn't go on a trip that they had organised for us to do, even though I then, you know, went on and did all of my work and actually did what I said I was going to do when I didn't end up going on the trip, it kind of seemed like, you know, they just cast me aside as an uncooperative kid and just derailed any chance I had at any kind of animation career. So, yeah, for those of you that know my story, it then went on to me going on to 6th form, completing 1 year, halfway through my 2nd year, fainted in an assembly, and then my anxiety grew to not going into that assembly hall, to not going to my lessons, to not going into the building full stop, and ultimately ended up with me prematurely leaving with nothing. But that's a story for another episode, maybe the beginning and opening of Series 2. I do hope you very much enjoyed Series 1. Show that you do by leaving a thumbs up, clicking the subscribe button, ringing the bell so you never miss an upload. I've been your mate Nate, and I will see you in Series 2.